Hey everyone, Electra here. Thanks for watching. I'm going to talk about a few things today that are kind of a downer. So, um, I've been unemployed now for about a month and a half. But by the way, I do like this angle a lot more. It's really, I think the lighting is really good. If anything, it's too bright. I feel like I almost have to squint. But been unemployed for about a month and a half, and it's kind of just sinking in. And to top it off, I think the entire last month of July was, in a lot of ways, just a big manic episode. And the problem with bipolar disorder is I have bipolar II, which is mostly like the less severe one, but it's different. It's just it's different than bipolar 1. You can't really say it's severe or not severe. So, I mean, I'm just feeling down right now. I'm wondering if like the whole last month of July was just this manic phase of like newfound unemployment. It felt like a vacation. I was driving to Chicago or other places in Illinois looking for places to live, and it felt like it was a new time in my life that I could like make life better for myself. And so far, nothing in Illinois has really materialized. Not that I had a huge amount of opportunities or jobs out there, but I'm not even sure where I would live in Illinois now. Like, I thought I had a few places pretty much picked out, but I did interview today for a job. It was a virtual interview on Zoom for a job that would probably be in Rockford, Illinois, which I would be totally fine with. It's it's like really close to Wisconsin and to the Madison area where my favorite board game store is. It would only be like an hour drive from Rockford. So that could actually be really nice. And Rockford seems like an okay place. The few times I've driven through there on I-39. But I don't think I did well. I think I've gone from the manic phase to the depressive phase. And I've just been spending so much money on things that I shouldn't be spending money on. I'm designing a board game, so I justify it to myself. Like, oh, if I'm designing a board game about the 1930s aviation industry, airline industry, when it was in its infancy, I need to go out there and buy every single airline themed game that's ever been made. So like I bought probably 4 or 5 of them of various price points, and I'm playing them, getting some, seeing what works, what doesn't, what do I like, what don't I like, what would I change. I've played several of them, and honestly, like, I'm not even sure if it gave me any good information. Like, and if anything, I've just stalled out on my creative project of designing this game. It's still sitting on my table behind me. I could be working on it right now, but I'm not. There's nothing stopping me other than just like some creative block, like how writers just get writer's block and they just cannot bring themselves to sit down in front of their computer or their typewriter and start typing. That's where I am now, and this is what always happens to me when I do anything creative. I feel like I'm just like self-sabotaging myself is basically what it is. So I go into this Zoom interview, I got dressed up nice. I did not wear this, trust me. I put on a white dress shirt with a collar and a nice, smart-looking little H&M tunic over. It has buttons. Like, it looks really professional. It's a women's garment, and so I wore the white shirt. I wore the collars out over this navy blue. It was collarless navy blue, kind of a tunic, like with buttons here and here, and it looked really nice. It's like a blazer or a sport coat, but it buttons all the way up, and there's no collar, there's no lapel. And so like I think I looked fine. I didn't have the pink lipstick on either. Maybe I should have. Um, but I had everything else on, you know, got the foundation and a little bit of blush. And it was supposed to be a 30-minute interview. That's what it was scheduled for. And it was only 17 minutes. So that's either very good or very bad. I either aced it and they're like, hire this person, bring her up here to Rockford and do an in-person interview, or it could be in Chicago, they said. But I said I'm fine with either one. I've been to both of those places multiple times in the last month. So I don't know. I've never been a good job interviewer, and I'm definitely not a good job interviewer when I'm feeling just blah. Like, I don't know if I'm just going to be unemployable from here on out. Like, do I have no choice but to be a solopreneur and be a gig worker? I could do it, but I don't know. But then the prospect of just being married to a company full time again just is also it's a whole other form of punishment. If I got this job, it would actually be a management position, which, you know, I explained to them like, oh yes, I want to get back into management. I want to have like, I drew this analogy of like, oh, I want to get back into management because when you're in management, you have a bigger cup to pour yourself into. And I don't know if she liked that or not. I didn't get much out of her the whole time. Like, it was only 17 minutes, but I spent most of it just, she didn't even really ask questions. So it was like a weird interview. She either knew right away or she knew not, like, no way right away. And so, not sure. I don't know if my gender was a part of that. It's hard to tell. But now I'm always going to be wondering, like, is it my gender? Is it, you know, she didn't act like it was an issue, but she's HR, like they're trained in never showing their true feelings. So, yeah, just depressed. I think I was in a manic phase last month. Manic, and I know if you know anything about bipolar, you know that stressful life events often triggers an episode, and I think my firing did that, and I didn't realize it, but I just feel tired and spent and emotionally drained. Like, I've driven my car probably 3,000 or 4,000 miles in the last month. Can that be right? I'll have to look. When I got an oil change, and like right before Memorial Day, I think I had like 147,000, maybe 148,000 miles, and I think I'm 152 now. So just this summer alone, with most of that being after my termination, because my drive to work wasn't very long, only 11 miles both ways, or each way, I should say. So yeah, now I'm just like, I know Mercury's retrograde, and I'm hoping August 11th, when it goes forward, things are just gonna suddenly shift and like everything's gonna make sense again. I just feel like this Mercury retrograde is when this feeling started, and yeah, and my natal Mars is conjoining Mars, and it's opposing Saturn and Neptune right now. My natal Mars is like 3 degrees Libra, which is exactly where Mars is right now. And yeah, I feel like I had a lot more to say, but I'm just buying things. I'm spending so much money on games. Buying books that'll probably take me years to read, because I'm start becoming obsessed with something. And now, after reading Van Woodward, The Origins of the New South, I had to get the sequel. It's not written by Van Woodward, but it's about the period immediately after his book. It starts in 1913-14 and goes till 1935 or so, or is it even later than that? I can't remember, but it's the same. You can tell it's the same series, and it's the same publisher, which is LSU Press, Louisiana State University Press, which, believe it or not, has a very good history. They always publish really good history books about Southern history mainly, but they're really good. And if you want to understand like the Southern mentality and like how they sort of how they became what they are now, is like, you know, read Southern history, read books by Southern historians about the South, and good ones though, like Van Woodward. Yeah, so just feeling aimless, directionless, rudderless. Like if I'm gonna be a solopreneur, I don't know if I can do it. Like I don't know if I have an entrepreneurial gene in my body. I don't think I was ever meant to be an entrepreneur. I'm meant to be in a structure. I'm meant to be in a highly regimented structure. That's why I was attracted to the to aviation and the airline industry. It was very structured and very regimented, very regulated. You always pretty much knew what was expected of you. It's almost like the military, but just the more civilian version of it. And overall, like, not quite as bad, you know, but it's probably the closest civilian industry to the military for obvious reasons. It's been intertwined with the military ever since it started in the 1920s, and especially during World War II is when that cemented itself. Yeah, and when I get into this mindset, I definitely can't be a solopreneur. Like I have no motivation to do anything. I'm probably coming off of manic phase into a depressive phase. A month ago I was gung-ho, like I'm moving to Illinois, I don't care, I'm gonna move somewhere. And now I'm just like, St. Louis really that bad? Like, what if I move to Illinois and I don't like the area I moved to? What if I move there and I can't find a job? I don't want to sign a 12-month lease and then be stuck here when, oh, I got a job offer in Chicago and now I'm in Champaign for the next 10 months. What do I do about that? You know, break the lease, I guess. I've done it before, but it's not a good position to be in. I don't like moving. If I move, I try not to move again for at least a year. So yeah, how are you feeling these days? Do you relate to anything that I'm saying? Are you in this rough situation of not knowing where you fit in this world anymore? And like, is it hard to motivate yourself to be a part of this world? I feel like I'm just shutting myself off more and more. I'm totally hermitizing. I hardly ever do anything social. I have no one to do social things with. I don't even want to go out to the neighborhood bars and restaurants that I could walk to if I really wanted to, and because I just don't feel like I don't have any desire to meet somebody. I don't know how that's going to help me out. I have this I've gotten this mentality which is uniquely American, and I feel like if I can't get something out of meeting somebody, I'm not interested. Friendship itself is just not worth the stress anymore. Because it causes so many problems and inconveniences that I just don't want to put up with. And I know it's mostly my autism, where everything has to be just so all the time. Like if I had a friend and they called me up right now to make plans and say, hey, do you want to go to a movie tonight? Then I'm like, okay, do I want to? Probably not. I don't like movies anymore, especially new ones that are out in theaters. And so I can either say yes just to do something social, but waste money on a movie I'm probably not going to like, and you can't even talk in the movie anyway. So it's like, it just opens up these whole can of mental worms where I'm just questioning everything. At least if I stay home by myself, I am the master of my time and do what I want without any kind of guilt or pressure. Are you having a tough time finding purpose in this world right now? It's hard to dedicate myself to something when I don't even know, like, if this world is, if I want this world to have what I have to offer, because I don't know if it's, because when you offer something, you're doing your unique way to, you're using some unique thing you have to make it better. By offering something, you're saying, hello world, I love the world in general, and here is a gift from me. I hope you enjoy it. And you hope to get something back in return, of course. But is this the, like, is anyone motivated to provide this world something of creative effort and value that you do? Like, what about this world motivates me to do that right now? Nothing. Is moving to Illinois going to solve all my problems? No, of course not. And I think deep down I know that. But then what will? I don't even, like, everyone might say, well, leave the US, but, and go where? That's a whole other can of issues and worms. And I don't know, like, and being trans and autistic, that's not a good combination for immigration anywhere. Basically disabled, transgender, no country's gonna want me. And I know this is like a pity party, but that's just my depressive phase talking right now. And I feel like, do I want to go out and to tire myself out even more than I already am, just to like take my mind off of this? Or do I want to hermitize in my apartment, stay in the nice air conditioning, and close my window blinds after this and just read a book? Which would be research for my board game. I haven't been reading as much as I would like lately, so maybe I should just do that. Yeah. I think if I go out, I'll go out later when the sun goes down more. So anyway, thank you for watching, and let me know if you feel at all like I feel. Am I the only, I can't imagine I'm the only one that feels like this. So tell me tell me how this relates and how your experience is going. How are you finding purpose in this world right now? Especially if you're in middle age like I am. Like, I just have so little hope right now. 10 years ago I had hope. Even 5 years ago I had hope. But what am I working for now? Like, I'm glad I'm alive, but what do I do? You know, how do I exist? How can I exist without a purpose? And like, I have a purpose. I shouldn't say I have no purpose, but it's so easy to just ignore it or avoid it. I think that's what I am. I'm avoidant. I'm avoiding things because it's easier to not design a board game. It's easier to just not design the game I want to design. It's easier to just not even think, even though I was enjoying it so much at first. And that's what I don't get about myself. I get so excited and I enjoy something so much, but then after a short time, I just drop it. I've done this with jobs, careers, so many things. Anyway, what do you think about all this? Do you relate at all? And thanks for watching. See you in the next one. It'll be very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.